It's like, I'm going to give bow hunting a try. Right. And so what led up to you having, you're a guy from the coast who was a spear fisherman. You moved down to Texas, and now all of a sudden you want to try to give bow hunting a try. How'd that happen?
Well, you can't spearfish here, as far as I'm aware, near Austin, Texas. So right off the rip, I was like, well, I got to figure out, how to get my fix somehow. Um, and then, I've always had bow hunting specifically in the back of my mind.
Hmm.
I just the concept of, getting your own meat, like, is that's just been something on the front of my mind for a long time, and more so given all the craziness going on in the world right now. So just being able to be more self-reliant, and I'm comfortable. I feel very comfortable in that regard when I'm by the ocean, because I know I can just go fishing. But being here, I don't have that option, and so, I was like, "Well, this is I gotta start hunting." And then knowing that the barrier to entry is likely as high for hunting as it is for spearfishing, like, I would never have gone into spearfishing if someone hadn't taken me spearfishing. Like, I don't e like, I don't even know how, uh, you could possibly get into spearfishing if you aren't a good swimmer and have somebody who will be like, "Let's go spearfishing." It just seems crazy to me.
Right.
I think hunting is, like, very similar. I think the barrier to entry is so high. It's such an intimidating thing to, if you don't have anyone in your family that's hunted, you don't have anyone that's willing to take you hunting, what do you do? You
Right.
don't know what you don't know. You don't know where to go, you don't know what to use, you don't know how to find animals. It's just such a high barrier to entry. And so I figured the best way to do it is to do it the way I have done everything in my life and just fucking do it. So I went to
Yeah.
a bow shop and I walked in and I was like, "Hey, like, I've never shot a bow in my life. I'd like to start bow hunting. Can you please sell me a bow that's not $5,000?" And they're like, "Sure."
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
that's how it started.
That seems like that seems pretty simple.
I know, it
But
did seem real simple.
yeah, so your first like thought was, I want to try, like, was meat, like the decision to do this was meat focused? Like, I want to
Yeah,
procure my own meat?
I would say it's 3 parts. It's, like, threefold.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, self-reliance is, like, a huge one. Um, I'm trying to be as self-reliant as I can. That's kind of the message that I am pushing through my own business.
Mhm.
My business, I'm trying to build strong men, and part of building strong men is self-reliance, right? Um, and so you have to practice what you preach. So getting your own meat is huge. I think that's kind of a center point to being self-reliant, is not having to rely on somebody else for food. And in this case, it's the government. So huge piece. And then it's an adrenaline fix. Like, I can't go spearfishing here.
Mhm.
I need something else that's kinda gonna scratch that itch. I think it seems like, bow hunting for a bull elk seems like about as good as it can get in terms of getting your adrenaline fix. And then it's just something I've been interested in terms of the physical fitness aspect. So I would say that's, like, the 3rd piece. It just seems so darn hard, and I really like doing hard things. Like, I like doing things that, I do most of these things by myself because most people aren't into these things, So it just seems like the kinda the ultimate, the culmination of those 3 things that are important to me. And, I just figured the way to do it is to just walk into the shop and, be honest. I've never bow hunted, but, you know, you gotta take the first step.